Hi, welcome to this video on Photoshop CS6, new features in Photoshop CS6. This is video number 3 on new blur filters in Photoshop. There are 3 new filters in Photoshop CS6. You find them under filter and blur. Well, I'm talking about the blur filters, okay? Because you can see some other filters here as well. But under blur, there are 3 new filters, and they group together: field blur, iris blur, and tilt shift blur. I'm going to start with this image here. I have it opened, and I'm going to show the first filter from the blur. I'm going to choose the iris blur. Okay. Notice what's happening when you choose one of the blur filters. The Photoshop interface changes, the tools panel disappears, the mini bridge and timeline disappear in the bottom, and on the right hand side you've got the blur filters. Also in here it says blur gallery. Okay, so I'm in the blur gallery workspace, we could say. So I'm going to use the iris blur in here. There's a blur section setting in the properties panel, I could say, in the blur tools panel actually. And here's what you can do here. Okay, so we've got this center point here. That's where the blur starts. So I'm going to position it on the front of the train. Then you can change the size of this circle. So I'm just going to click in here and move it down a bit. This part here as well. You can make it into a perfect circle or oval, any shape you want. I'm going to drag this down a bit. Okay, sounds okay. I'll increase the blur just a bit. Okay. Now these points here will show you how far the blur, where the blur actually starts. So it starts from here. So what you can do is you can drag it out or drag it in. Okay. When you use the mouse button, the filter takes place. I'm going to move it to here so you can see the effect, and I'll drag it outwards to here. Okay. But here's the interesting thing, what you can do. If you hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, you can move these pins independently. So I'm going to move this one to the edge. With that one here, I'll move it maybe, let's say, to the top of the window, and this one somewhere here. Just moving them independently by holding down the Alt key on a keyboard. Okay, I'll accept that. That's okay. Now, in the next image, I'm going to show you another blur filter. So I'm going to click on this tab here, and this time we'll go to Filter, Blur, and we'll do the Tilt Shift, a very popular effect. Okay, so here's the pin again. So I'm going to move the pin on this chap here, right? It's a bit like the graduated filter, so you're probably guessing you can click and drag on these lines to expand the effect. You can also rotate it, right? Okay. If you hold the Shift key down, you can move it in a straight line. Okay, I'm just going to move it a bit. Okay. Right, you can expand these lines as well for the effect. So I'm going to keep it like that. And here in the blur tools panel, you can set the blur and distortion as well. So you can increase the blur or lower the setting. Going through it just a tiny bit. Okay, maybe rotate it just a bit more. Okay, and you can put distortions here. Okay. You can see how the image changes. So I'm going to just leave that. And this is the tilt shift blur. Now we've got one more, the field blur. So I'm just going to cancel this filter for now in here. I'll just press cancel, and I'll show you the other one, the field blur. Okay, with the field blur, what you get is this pin in here. Okay, so I've got this pin in here. We can position where you want it. Okay, just going to put it here. And you've got the blur setting. Going to set it to 0 for now, and I'll start increasing it incrementally. Okay. Might be a good idea to set the high quality for the field blur filter, and as we move it around, you can notice how this area stays in focus and this area goes blurry. Okay. So I'm going to keep it on the chap here as well as usual. Okay, and that's how you use filters in, well, the new blur filters in Photoshop CS6. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I'm Marek Mularczyk from SAI.